Fred Film Review. This is Cristiana Palmieri from the 82nd edition of Venice Film Festival, and I'm here with Aboozar Amini, director of Kabul, Between Prayers, and Jia Zhao, producer for Silk Road Film Salon. Good afternoon and welcome to Fred.
Thank you so much.
I hope you're enjoying the festival.
It's wonderful.
Excellent. So, Aboozar, Kabul Between Prayers tell the story of a 23-year-old Samim who is torn between becoming a martyr and the ordinary routine of life as a husband and a farmer. Could you please share with us why you decided to tell his story and how you became familiar with the Samir's story?
Yes. I mean, after so many wars and also the last event that America left Afghanistan in 2021 and so many things went wrong in that country, including that women could not go to school, they became oppressed, and the economy kind of collapsed. And so you find yourself in the middle of disaster. It's like a nuclear bomb were dropped on Afghanistan again. And so what you do as an artist, you know, like blaming him and that, this and that, and or you just evaluate the level of disaster to try to find the wounds, try to find the loss, the trash, and divide them and make it ready to digest, to see what has happened to me actually. This film is, I always say that it's from the perspective of a mother mainly, mother land. It's like Afghanistan as a mother who has been beaten, and now she is trying to find her own wounds. She's trying to see which one of her children are all right and which one are lost by the violence, but also by the ideology of fundamentalists. So this was the trigger for me to, first of all, you know, like I'm not in a rush to teach the world about my country. I have to learn myself about that country, first of all.
What you've just described, Aboozar, correct me if I'm wrong, is almost like a healing process.
Yes, yes. For a healing process, you first need to see what is the what? Like what is wrong with you? You know, like what misses by you, and what is the illness? What is
lacking?
What is lacking? And yeah.
It's interesting what you just said, because it takes me to my question for Zhao. As a producer, what convinced you to support Kabul Between Prayers? And in particular, how do you see the film contributing to a deeper understanding of the Afghanistan social context for an international audience?
First, I think we collaborated on all Aboozar's previous works. So it's also not that we started with this one. In 2018, there was also a film that is his first feature called Kabul Sitting in the Wind. So this is in fact the second of the planned trilogy on Kabul, which is not limited to Kabul. It's rather a series that's dedicated to people, lives suffering from wars, because Kabul is maybe just one of them. I think that maybe indirectly answer your question, what is so significant to produce a film as such. Throughout the 18 years of friendship, but also relationship with Aboozar from professional, but also at human level, I think what convinces me is that what we think important to present is really to go deeper into the layers, as the second film and following his quite acclaimed first feature tries to do, which I think during the previous conference where I was saying, like, it's sometimes against the general point of view. So yesterday I was joking with Aboozar when we were eating a very nice pizza outside. And I said, actually, we always walk. We never take the speedboat. Just because I feel by doing that, probably takes a long way to arrive, but you really look at that carefully. I feel that's the world. I hope that this film will bring you close to a human that is shaped by a system upon you. First of all, I think this type of film was what I will always support. Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you for your answer. It's really interesting to understand how this unfolds from a production point of view. Aboozar, going back to what you said also in the press conference, Afghanistan has been portrayed for decades through the lens of war and political turmoil, because this is the reality, right, for decades. But in Kabul Between Prayers, you seem to want to focus or to portray also the intimate and the ordinary life. So how much was important for you to portray or to create a parallel between the torn country because of many years, decades of war, and everyday life, like looking at the children playing and women preparing food? I found the juxtaposition of these two elements in the film extremely powerful and well portrayed. So why was so important for you to display that kind of ordinary life in your film?
I mean, in the ordinary life, is it when you see also other subjects, it pumps out, you know, and it's like you can associate with ordinary life. You can. It's very interesting for myself personally to start with. You know, I'm more into ordinary people than the famous politicians or artists or whatever. You know, and that I come from a school that we are more curious to find a ordinary story that will tell a lot, that is something that the whole world can associate with. That is how my master Satyajit Ray did. And so first of all, I'm myself interested in the stories of ordinary people. Then when you dive deep into their ordinary life, you will get a lot. You know, things will pop up. You know, and their thoughts, their love, their ideologies, and then you have their routines. You know, you have their shifts at night, the patrol, the strong service that he is going through, and he, as somebody who got this chance to become one, and now they are on the winning side, and they are the government, and they use it.
And this is really emerges from your film. Thank you very much, Aboozar, and thank you very much, Zhao. We are here from the 82nd edition of Venice Film Festival with Aboozar Amini, director of Kabul Between Prayers, and Jia Zhao, producer. I'm Cristiana Palmieri for Fred Film Radio, the Festival Insider.